Hi. Welcome
Hi.
back to episode 6 of the Crowd Pleaser podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Jebby, and this is Trudy. How are you?
No,
What?
I'm Jebby. You're true.
Okay, we're off to a great start here. I'm Trudy, and this is Jebby. Everything okay over there?
Yes.
Okay. What's new? Anything?
What is new? Well, I feel like life has been, crazy. It's just been crazy, nonstop, running here, running there. The holidays, my husband was away for business. So it was just me and the baby. And man, single moms, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it.
And you obviously survived by yourself.
Yes, I did. But tonight we are going on a date night to our favorite place. What are you laughing at?
I'm like, why do I have an extra string just hanging? I'm laughing at myself.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Focus. Okay. Yeah. So tonight he is taking me to dinner to our favorite place, Cooper's Hawk.
Oh, that's the wine place.
The wine place. Yep. Just to kind of
That'll
enjoy
be nice.
each other and spend some time together since he had to go away on business.
I'd assume the baby's coming too.
The baby is coming, yes.
Good.
It's her favorite place as well.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Yes.
You told me the other day that you went to the Louis Vuitton store.
I did. Yep.
And
I
did you find anything?
Well, of course. So I was going there to bring Julio has luggage, and the rolling wheel part broke, I guess, or the wheel was chipping. I don't know.
Oh.
So he's like, "Hey, can you bring this to the store and have it send it out to have it fixed? And while you're there, why don't you go figure out what you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Oh my."
So I'm sure you found everything.
Yeah, just one of everything would be great. So
the only reason I'm bringing it up is because when Bart and I were heading to New Jersey, I was telling him how you had to go to the store and bring his luggage and whatnot. So he asked me if I like Louis Vuitton, and I was like, well, I'm partial to Michael Kors. And I said to him, I said, you could never afford a Louis Vuitton bag. And he's like, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, hold on. I'm like, let me see. I said, either Louis Vuitton is more expensive or Gucci. And I was like, but regardless of whatever one was more expensive, I said, you couldn't afford to buy me one. And he was like, well, what do you mean? So of course, so I go on the website. So I'm like, I'm not into I don't know, the traditional Louis Vuitton with all the L and the V's over there. So I was trying to look for just I don't know, a black one or something. And same thing with like Gucci, without the standard stripe and the green and red or whatever it is. I don't have one, so I don't know. But so I'm like, okay, I'm like 2,500, 2,300. So he was like, oh, you really weren't kidding. And I was like, Bart, I'm like, be happy that I like the Walmart brand. I'm like, my Michael Kors is like the Walmart brand of Gucci and Louis Vuitton. So, but I just thought it was funny. He was like, really? He's like, they're that expensive? He's like, I didn't think that Gucci, I don't know, in his head, he didn't think Gucci was
well, I think
top of the line.
But because there are so many knockoffs and everybody has one.
Oh, well, I don't even have a knockoff.
Yeah, well, it's easy to get a knockoff. And I think because everybody has one, people think that, oh, they probably are pretty affordable. And then when you go and you're like the prices aren't on the purses.
You have to ask.
You have to ask. And then you feel like you don't even am I dressed good enough to be in here? And then I'm like, do I ask how much is that? Like, or do I say, like, how do I ask, like, price range? Like, this must be 5,000, right?
No, let me ask you, you know how like when you go, I've never been walked into a Gucci store or a Louis Vuitton, but I'm just thinking of like the jewelry, like Tiffany's. And like when you walk in, like there's like those security guards, like when you walk in with, is it similar when you walk into?
It is similar, but it was funny because I went up to the store and I went like right when the store opened because it's absolutely crazy down here, like shopping wise. So I was like, I'm going to get there as soon as they open. I'm going to be the first one there. I'm going to get in and I'm going to get out. So I like get there and I don't know if it's because of COVID or what it is, but it's like all roped off. And so I like went in one spot and I was like, well, that is roped off. And then I went like in the middle and I'm like, well, that's roped off too. And somebody's standing there watching me, like trying to get in. I was like, are you guys open? And I had to like tell her why I was there. Like, you can't just walk in to like just
To browse?
No,
Really?
they were not allowing it. I don't know if it's because of COVID. I don't know if it's like what the reason is. I don't know if like you just have to be a certain way to walk in there. I don't know.
Jennifer went in with her workout clothes on. Like this
Man,
girl.
if they saw me today, they'd be like, see you later.
That
So I
is
had to
too
like tell
funny.
her, thank goodness I had like the luggage. And I was like, oh, I need to send this out to get it fixed. And then like once I got in, I was like, oh, by the way, I have a couple more questions.
Is it okay if I browse?
Yeah, can I look? It was funny, but it's quite it was something that I never had before.
Yes.
My husband, but I am very lucky that he tells
Yes.
me to go choose one every once in a while. And
Yes.
I never thought in a million years I'd have one, but
Is that a grandfather clock I hear in the background?
yes. I'm in a different area, by the way.
Yes, you are. I could see a palm tree.
Yeah, palm trees, tiki bar, kind of.
Well, can you see my background?
You have a lovely background.
I have a
there.
beautiful family photo of you, and it's going to stay there forever.
Oh my God.
Not just the holiday season. I'm not throwing it out. And then every year I'll add another one.
So my $200 is going to be worth it then.
It sure is. It sure is. It's a beautiful picture. Beautiful.
So
picture.
what's new with you? What have you been up to this week?
Oh, well, before me, did you do your other fair?
No, it's this weekend.
Oh, okay. All right. So we could stay tuned for that. So me and Bart, we did our acoustic show in New Jersey. And let me tell you, the place, when you get inside, it's very cool. It's called the Starland Ballroom. And I guess like way back in the day, it used to actually be a ballroom before it became like a venue for concerts. But I know you will remember Roller Magic in Waterbury.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you know, when you're like driving up to, it's like a warehouse, like it's nothing beautiful. And that's literally like, I remember a couple years ago when we went for the first time, like we pulled up and I'm like, this is a little sketchy. But yeah, so it was wonderful as usual. And everyone keeps asking like for my pictures that I posted on Facebook if we stood like if we were backstage, but I was like, no, we weren't backstage. We were just on the side of, I know.
I don't know what
You're distracted. You're not listening
Sorry.
to I'm just teasing you. I'm just teasing you. You're not listening to my favorite thing in the world.
Sorry, I'm listening all ears.
So no, I just, I knew where I wanted to stand because I knew where the band, like where they come in and walk up on stage. So I didn't want to stand front and center. I wanted to stand on the side so that I could see them come and go. And
did they talk to you?
I got a wave and
okay,
a smile and a hey. But that's about it. But it was wonderful as usual. And they are going to be releasing a new album, and they said 2022 they're going to have a tour. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, speaking of, so my husband keeps saying he wants to throw me a 35th birthday party. I'm like, 35 is not a big deal, but
it's next year.
Yeah. So he was like, I want to have a party. So he's like, you need to make a list of people you want to invite. And I was like, well, I don't have any friends. I just have you. So I'm like, why are we going to like rent a place to have dinner or a little birthday party if I have no friends to come? So he did say, well, Jennifer is turning 35 as well. So he's like, maybe we could do like a trip.
Ooh, I like that
even
idea.
if I came down there and like we did something, but because your birthday's close to mine. So it's like, or then I was like, you always talk about Nashville and I've never been there.
I love Nashville.
And I was like, maybe, I don't know, just in my head, I was like, maybe we could plan something. I don't know.
Oh, that would be so fun.
So something to think about. So, yes. Okay, so I have to bring this up. So I keep touching my nails because they're still sticky. So tomorrow I have a modeling gig. And it's for a plastic surgery company. Okay. And I don't know how to feel about it because I haven't really been given any detail, but I've never in my life had plastic surgery. So I'm like,
maybe
why?
It looks like you have. Well, you're flawless.
Well, that's what I'm going with. I'm like, okay. I'm like, if you want to look like this, go to this company and you can look like this. But I don't know. It's just, they told me to come with my hair done down the way I like it, makeup done lightly, nails natural, and to wear business casual clothing. That's the only details I got. And
maybe you're like promoting. Is it a commercial?
I have no idea. I just know I'm
maybe you're going to be on their billboard.
Can you imagine?
Or on their pamphlet things.
But then I like feel bad because I'm like, I've never had, like, obviously when I go tomorrow, they can't do a before and an after because I'm not having plastic surgery. So I'm like, I guess I'm just, I mean, I don't know. I guess with everything nowadays, like you just lie about, you lie like, yes, this is what plastic surgery looks like, but I'm not an actual customer. I don't know. So I'm a little nervous because I don't know what to expect. And then they extended the time to 3 hours instead of 2 hours. So I'm like, what could they possibly do for 3 hours?
Are you sure you read all the fine print? Are you getting like a nose job, a facelift?
I don't know. I will say if they do offer to do like a little Botox or something, I may be in for it, but I don't know.
Trial run.
And then my husband keeps saying, I know you're going to come home with a quote for a boob job. I said, I don't know. I may inquire, but I don't know if I have the guts to do that, but I don't know. So it'll be interesting. So stay tuned. Next week, I will hopefully, I'll be able to share what happened and what it was all about. So let's see what else. So I know last week I talked about I'm never, ever, ever, ever doing pumpkin rolls again.
Lie.
So I'm not doing pumpkin rolls for Christmas, but I did decide to do red velvet cake rolls.
So pumpkin rolls, but Christmasized. I don't know.
Yes. And thankfully, I remember the first day when I posted the pumpkin rolls, I believe I had like 15 in a matter of,
oh my gosh,
like a couple minutes, but I only have 2 so far.
Oh, what about cake pops and hot cocoa bombs?
No hot cocoa bombs yet. Nobody requested them. I told you they're not the in thing this year. Not here anyways. And then cake pops. Yes, I did get, someone wants 2 dozen. So
okay.
So hey, I'll take it. I don't really want to be super busy, but
I know
maybe I'll make a little bit of money. But I had to, the containers that I normally order for the pumpkin rolls, the company that I order them from, I don't know if, because they keep saying everything is stuck out on the ships and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to order different ones. So I'm already like, I had to order 75. That was the minimum. So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
not that I'm like, at least I can use, well, I'm like, oh, I'll use them next year for pumpkin rolls, but I'm like, I'm not making pumpkin rolls next year.
Yes, you are. It's a lie.
All right. You're probably
lying.
right. You're probably right. Have you gotten any more orders for pumpkin rolls?
A cup.
My mind's all shot. Have you got any more for cocoa bombs?
I have a couple more. I'm not really promoting it a whole lot. I can't decide, kind of like you, if I want to. I don't want to be crazy busy, but I do like at the end of the day, like it is simple and it's money in my pocket. And
Yes.
I don't know. While Julio was away, that's what I was doing. I was prepping everything for this weekend. So I made like 200 hot cocoa bombs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like 100 cake pops.
Damn.
Yeah. So I hope they all go.
I think that
what I have in the back of my head is I have a couple orders for early next week and they last. I mean, it's just chocolate. They last. So if anything, I'll be able to use, like, they won't go to waste.
Right. Okay.
I'll just use them in the next orders, or I'll have to make the orders to fill for.
Yes. And if none of them sell, then you'll be giving them away as Christmas gifts.
Yeah, everybody's going to have one. The neighborhood, everybody will have one.
That's right. That's right. Do you guys do the elf on the shelf?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy it?
Well, I do have to say the first year that I did it, I was all into it. Like,
yes,
it had crazy things. It did crazy things. It was so funny. Like, one of the ones I remember, the kids weren't behaving, and I like went on Pinterest, and the elf was like in a box of tissues with like a tissue in its face because it was crying. It was so funny. My mom brings it up every year. She's like, does the elf need tissues this year? I'm like, not yet.
So let me guess. So now that you've done it a few years, now it's just like, yeah,
I'm kind of over
try
it.
to remember where to move it at least.
Yeah, there have been times where we've run in the house and I'm like, Julio, let me in first because I need to throw it somewhere.
Yes,
and then
go ahead.
Oh yeah. So, and then when the kids, like when we don't have them for a couple of days, they want to know where it was every day. Does it move even though we weren't here? I'm like, yeah, it moves. Oh, so what was it doing on Monday? So I have to make something. It was on the refrigerator. I don't know. And Mackenzie's still young enough where she likes to look for it, and she does look for it, but she doesn't know what it is. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Now,
how about you?
How old is Gabby?
10.
Okay. So, she still believes in Santa?
As far as I know.
Okay. So next year, this time, we're going to have the same conversation. So,
okay.
Jack, we have gotten confirmation that he does not believe in Santa, and he does not believe this elf, the whole thing of elf. So he asked me if he could move the elf. So he's done it a total of 4 times now. So literally, did I send you the picture this morning?
No.
Last night I sent it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that was that. So when I got home from New Jersey yesterday, my mom obviously moved the elf. So it was in the Christmas tree. Like, all you could see was like, I don't know, the thing creeps me out, but all you could see was the thing looking at you. But Jack, the boys were already upstairs ready for bed. So I was like, Jack, do you want to move the elf now? Like, while we're at it. So he's like, yeah, okay. So first he like shows it to the dog. Like, he wanted the dog to like attack it. So then he goes in the drawer, stuffs the thing. Like I had no forks. They were all in the dishwasher. He puts it in the slot where they are and he sticks a knife like in its hand. So every time, so literally this morning, I'm like, the boys are never going to find the elf because they don't get their own forks and stuff. So Luke wanted waffles this morning. So I'm like, Luke, can you go get me a fork and a knife? So literally he opened the drawer and then yes. So I don't know if I can't see Gabby. I could see Gabby having more fun with it. But when you have a boy, they like to turn it evil. And we've also had what it was the first day. Luke came downstairs, Mommy, you need to come see the elf. So he had it on the cabinet, and then below he had a banana.
Oh yeah,
he put ketchup all over it, and then a knife, and it said, "You better be nice, or you're next." So then I'm like, Jack, you could have just left it with no note, because then Luke was like, well, Mommy, what does that mean that I'm next? And I'm like, guess he's gonna slash you with a knife too. I don't know. So, but hey, I mean, I guess it works to threaten them and scare them. I don't know, but 11-year-old boys turn it into a crazy elf. Crazy elf. All right, let's see what else. Do you have anything ready to talk about for your segment?
Yeah, something really quick. When I was reading the notes in the car on the way home from the gym class at the red light, okay, I was like, oh crap, what are we talking about this week?
Yeah, well, I couldn't remember, so I figured we would do a did you know something. So do you want to go first? Did you?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
So
I don't even know what you're going to say.
Silly. Okay. So no, it's not silly. I'm just laughing at myself. But basically, you start to gain weight and you don't know, like as you get older, 34. Yeah, we're 34. You start to gain weight and like you don't do anything different. I feel like I'm like hitting this like wall. We're working out like the same amount of time, the same thing, cardio, weights. And I just feel like it's just like packing on. So I'm like, do I not work out? Like, what am I doing wrong? So when I read that we were going to do, like, did you know? I'm like, well, I never, like, people talk about it and people say, oh, your body changes after a baby. And then some people will say, oh, don't believe that. Like, you can definitely go back to, whatever. But I think like, as much as I don't want to like admit it, I think like the age is starting, like you're starting to change a little bit.
Yes. And I would agree 100%, but I'm curious, like, why? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like,
so
why does our body like slow down? Like, why isn't our metabolism or because then, like, for me, like, obviously I don't work out, but like, if I was working out and like not seeing a difference, or like just, your weight not budging, or even if it like went up, like I would be like, there's no point in, I mean, right. I get it. You say you feel better, like just.
Yeah, I have to remind myself that like I work out for more than one reason. Like it's good for the mind. It's good for, it makes me feel better. It helps me like start my day like positively and whatnot. But it's just kind of like, what's going on here?
Yes. And I think it's definitely an age thing. Like I would say I noticed it last year.
But I don't want it to be like an excuse. Like I want to research like why and like what can we do?
Yes.
I'm not just going to accept that like you're getting old, so this is what it's going to be.
Right. It's
I see plenty of like old ladies with nice bodies.
Right.
Not in a weird way, but yeah.
It's so true. And definitely kids definitely, I mean, I've had 3 kids, but I will say like, just like you said, like some people say like, oh, don't believe that like kids change your body, like whatever. Like, obviously I know you have, like I have, like after you have the kids, like you lose all the baby weight, but it's just different.
It is.
And
It's
but I
different.
will say it didn't get different until, I mean, you had children later in life, but like
Yep.
like I said, I was 33 and I noticed, but then in my head, I'm like, oh, well, I had a hysterectomy. So, and I always
Mhm.
remember my dad telling me, and I always remember my dad telling me, don't ever get a hysterectomy. He's like, you're going to get a big butt. He goes, everybody I know that ever had a hysterectomy, their bottom half gets bigger. And I could relate. I think my bottom
Mhm.
half has gotten bigger. I mean, maybe not my butt. I don't know. I just feel, yes, butt and below seem
Yeah.
bigger.
Well, maybe at your plastic surgery,
I can I can ask them
let me
to
know. Yeah, let me
sculpt
know.
my body. They do that. They do everything.
Ooh,
They
interesting.
yes. I think I'd be scared, but yes. So
Yeah, I would
yes.
be too scared too.
So I want you to research and let us know, like, if there is like a scientific reason. But
There
like,
has to be because I
there
was
we like like I don't know what I'm gonna say, but
so I was talking to like one of a friend of mine that is like I don't know what his title exactly is, but like nutritionist, he has done bodybuilding himself, like and whatnot. And he was like speaking another language when I asked him about it because he was like, well, what are these levels? And what is this level? And when's the last time you had blood work? So it could actually be like an imbalance of some sort. So I need to do some more digging and more,
well,
and
yes,
I
because
will let you know.
eventually we're gonna go through menopause, and then that's just
Oh,
like a whole nother issue. But then I feel like, I don't know, I look at my mom and I'm like, she went through menopause and now she's like past it, and now like she's so frail. Like, I don't know, like
yeah.
you always hear like people say menopause, you gain all this weight, like the hot flashes all, and then I think like you pass it, and then I don't know, in her case, to me, she's a frail.
She's tiny. Yeah.
She's tiny. But
Hmm.
she probably wouldn't have said that like 10 years ago. But I don't know. Are we ready for my
Yeah. What did you know do you have?
okay. I don't know why I thought about eyelashes, but I guess so. I normally don't use a waterproof mascara. And I don't, because I just, it's worse on your eyelashes. But I
Mhm.
was wearing one the other day and it kind of bothered my eyes. But anyways, I was curious how many eyelashes we have.
Okay.
And I don't believe it, but it says that we have 150 to 200 on our top upper lash, just on this side. And then the same
Wow.
on the other side. And then the bottom, it said anywhere between 75 and 100.
Wow.
So potentially altogether, you would have 600 eyelashes.
Seems like a lot. Maybe I'm missing some.
Well, me too. And then it says you only lose 5 a day.
Mm.
But so, okay. So then I was like, I feel like if we had 200 eyelashes on the top, like I feel like we would have these really bushy, like, I don't know.
Okay.
I
So
just don't believe it.
so you know how a lot of people get their lashes done.
Uh, yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about.
Okay, wait. So so sometimes like okay, let me think of a nice. Sometimes like people like them very long and
Yes, and they look like
crazy.
spiders are crawling out of their eyes.
Well, Julio will always say, "Oh, I can feel her lashes tickling me."
My God. Yes, it just freaks me out. Like,
It's so weird.
I've gotten like fake eyelashes put on like for weddings or like
Mhm.
whatever. It's not, maybe for what a modeling thing I did have, but I didn't get like, I feel like today you go, they're like spiders coming out of your eyes. And like you're
I
talking to
don't think it
someone and
looks.
like that's all you can look at. Like there's somebody at work who has them and I'm like, I don't see her that often, but when I do, like I'm not listening to anything she's telling me. And I'm just like, how do
You're
you
just
even
looking at
like
her
open your
lashes.
eyes? Like you got, I don't know. It's just weird, but I guess it's the in thing, but I don't know. But
I think they look nice if it's like a natural look and you need to fill them in. I feel like you don't
yes,
really have to wear much makeup when you have them done. I've never gotten them done, but I've worn fake eyelashes like in a wedding
yes.
and probably for my wedding. But yeah, the ones that are just like crazy,
Yeah.
I just like we'll be standing in line and he's like, "Ooh, I can feel those lashes."
It's crazy. And to think like, I don't know, I've thought about going to get like them professionally done, but they say like once you do them, like you always have to because it ruins your
Yeah,
eyelashes. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're a cool fashion statement, but
neither.
hey, if people like them, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's okay. Should we get into our game?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So last week we played our first game of Incoherent, and I sent you a box with half the deck. So
Yes.
we're each gonna do a red one, a blue one, and yellow. And I will remind us because I don't even know. Blue is party,
Party.
yellow pop culture, and red is kinky.
Okay.
So do you want to?
You go first this time.
Okay. So I have to, I'm gonna use text me a picture of it.
Yeah. So
Which blue?
let's do kinky first.
Okay.
So I'll hold it up. So
Okay. Oh, I can see it. Den hinged hill though. Den hinged hill though. Dildo. Wait. Wait. Den hinged hill though. I'm guessing hill dildo is at the end, but den hinged hill though. Den hinged. Den hinged hill though. Den hinged. Can I have a hint?
it's not recommended for beginners. It's a lengthy load.
Lengthy load.
That's what it
A
says.
lengthy load. Den hinged hill though. Is dildo part of it?
Yes.
Den hinged hill though. Den hinged hill though. Am I saying it? Den hinged. Den,
Kind of.
Den hinged hill though. Den hinged hill though.
It's a lengthy load.
A lengthy load.
How big is the dildo?
10 inch dildo.
10
An
inch.
inch. Oh, that is lengthy for sure. Okay.
So I think you should give me the red card.
Okay.
Let me.
Can you see it?
Oh gosh. Fillet afford something condom.
Yes.
Fillet afford. Fillet afford. Fillet afford. Give me a hint.
It says sweet safety.
Fillet afford. Fillet afford.
It says for the couples who like to season their sausage. Okay, for a couple who like to season their sausage a certain way.
Wait, fillet afford? Fillet afford. God. Fillet afford.
What's another word for like if you season something? What does seasoning give?
Flavor.
Yes.
Flavor condom? Flavored
Yeah.
condom.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh
Okay, you
my.
got that. Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, yellow.
Oh, yellow.
Pop
That-
culture, right?
I don't even remember. Yes, pop culture. Fifth holler food lawn. $5 food lawn. Is that how fifth? Is that how you would say it? Fifth or fifth? Fifth.
No, fifth.
Fifth. $5 food lawn. $5 food. I don't know. Give me a hint.
Eat fresh. That's what it says.
Eat fresh.
You have to think of a commercial.
$5 food lawn. Food lawn. Food lawn.
Hmm. 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 I don't know if that's the right tune.
Is it for like McDonald's?
I
$5 foot long. Yes. Subway, right? Wow.
Was my tune right?
I don't
Not
know.
really.
Oh, we're doing the yellow one. Okay. Yellow, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Freedom Muff Speech. Freedom Muff Speech.
Yeah, you're saying it.
Freedom Muff Speech. Freedom Muff Speech. Speech?
Yes.
Freedom of speech.
Yes. I didn't even have to give you any hints. You're good at this. Oh, it's my turn. Drub bet lie kit sot. What the hell? Drub bet lie kit sot.
I can see, I don't know if I'm making this up, but I think this was in high school and I can hear your dad.
Drop it like it's hot. Really?
Snoop. Yeah. I can just see him saying that. Snoop
Oh.
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Okay. Oh, it's
My turn. Blue.
blue. Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah. Fart. Fartin gimp up lick. Fartin gimp up lick. Wait, what is this again? This is pop cult. No, this
It's
is
party,
party.
but it doesn't really have anything to do with the party.
Fartin gimp up lick. Is the first word fart?
Yep. But with an ing at the end.
Farting gimp up lick. Farting gimp up lick. Oh, who would fart at a party?
It says a typical weekday activity.
Farting gimp up lick. Farting gimp up lick. Gimp up.
Yes.
Lick. Oh, farting in public.
Yes. You got it. Good job.
Oh my.
Well, that was fun. Is that it?
Yeah, I like this game.
Yeah, me too. You're good at it. You're better than I am. You're better than I am.
I think I'm gonna make Julio play.
Right?
Maybe I'll bring it to dinner.
There you go. That would be fun. Have a few cocktails and I don't know. I think it would be funny. So, what else? Oh, it's
I
time
have
for the recipe. Do you got it? Okay.
Yes. So when you texted me last night, I have a really easy chicken recipe.
All right.
I don't know if I've shared this. I think I have. It's salsa chicken.
No,
I didn't. So it's another great crock pot recipe. You just put chicken breast. It could be frozen or not frozen. If it's frozen, you just cook it longer, obviously. And then you just get a can of whatever salsa that you like, or a jar. I guess it comes in a jar of salsa.
okay.
Throw that on the chicken, and you can put lemon or lime juice, but you basically just cook that in the crock pot until, again, if it's frozen, it's a little bit longer. I usually did it like when I was working, I would start it in the morning and it would cook all day. So by the time I got home, kind of like the chicken for the Olive Garden chicken.
Okay. Yep.
And then you just shred it, and you can put it on top of a salad. You can put it like for chicken tacos, and you can add like lettuce and whatever you want like on them. I'm trying to think what else. Sometimes we just eat it with like a little bit of rice, that chicken, and then another vegetable or beans or whatnot, but it's super easy. And then if you don't like salsa, you can also use buffalo wing sauce.
Interesting. So literally you
Yes.
just take chicken and a jar of salsa.
Whatever salsa, if you like hot salsa, mild salsa, mango salsa, whatever you want.
That sounds very good.
Yes. And I feel like your boys would probably eat it because it would be like a taco. If you made them like a taco, they like tacos.
They love, and we're a little behind, but we're doing Taco Thursday tonight.
Okay.
So, it's a little too late to put it in crock pot now, but I think I may try that for next week. And you literally just shred it.
You just shred it.
That sounds good.
Yeah. And it's super easy. And like I said, you can kind of use it for however you want. You can use it on tacos. You can put it over rice. You can put it on a salad. You could just however you want to eat it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Very good. Oh my mother's calling.
You're popular. Oh,
I know. She's FaceTime. Doesn't she know that it's podcasting time, 1:00? No, she invited herself to dinner tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, she called me last night. She's like, did your boys tell you that I invited myself for dinner tomorrow? I'm like, no. So, but tacos are easy. At least she likes tacos too. So
yeah.
It'll be easy enough. So, do you got anything else you want to share?
No, I was just thinking about the picture that you sent me that it snowed there today, and I'm just sweating in
I know
85-degree weather.
Top and would I say it's 34 degrees? Like there's still literally still snow. It didn't melt. They said we were supposed to have like a little of a heat wave like later today for the next few days, but this probably means it's going to be in the 40s. That's about it. So reason number 1,250,000 to come move to be your neighbor.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I guess that's it for today. So for myself and Jebby, not Trudy, thank you for tuning in to episode 6. Wow, we're at 6 already. That's crazy. 6 of for some reason I know we're called the Crowd Pleaser Podcast, but for some reason every time like I have it in my head, it's not what I think of saying. I don't know why, but
what do you think of saying?
Not that. I don't know. I don't know. Crowd Pleaser Podcast, but in my head I always feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing. So can you please tell them where they can listen, find us?
You can find us on Instagram at Crowd Pleasers Podcasters. So I was going to say .com.
We don't have a website. Oh, before we finish, not that we have like a big following or anything, but it's always in the back of my head that someday we would like sell merchandise or something. So maybe someday we would have like a .com or whatever. But I found this mug the other day, and hang on, bear with me real quick. I want to see if I still have it on here.
And you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, please do. Do you know the listeners are picking back up? That we kind of had a little like episode 4, like nobody listened to. I think we had like 15 people. We went from 130 to like 75 to 15, but now we're back up to I think 30. So so anyways, the mug said, "You are not alive to please any of these motherfuckers." But I don't know. I was just like, if we came up with a mug, but something about pleasing the crowd, like we're not alive to please the crowd pleaser. I don't know, but
we'll have to think about it.
We'll have to think about it. All right. So thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Yes,
Bye.
bye.